want to increase the temperature of any object, one thing matters. What? How heavy that object is, how big that object is. So for that also we have decided our mass. So simply, if you are increasing the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, then whatever energy you are supplying, that will be specific heat. Try to understand. You have some amount of material present and you have certain temperature, suppose that is T degree Celsius. Now you supplied heat to the material, this is the material. Then after supplying some amount of heat, the new temperature, when you are putting thermometer, it must go only by 1 degree Celsius, means the new temperature T plus 1. So to make your temperature from T degree to T plus 1 degree, whatever heat you have supplied, that heat is known as specific heat. So now we have to clear the concept of specific heat. So specific heat symbol we will be using C. Now see, this C itself can be of two types. When you were increasing the temperature of the substance, then that temperature you increased from T to T plus 1 degree. It means what? You are changing the state, right? In the beginning I explained what is the meaning of state. Means what? This was your T1 temperature and this became your T2 temperature. It means what? When you are supplying the heat, you will be following some process to change your temperature. So if you have changed this temperature by using constant volume method, means your system is closed, you have some gas present inside, now increase the supply some heat, so its energy will increase and some temperature will increase by 1 degree Celsius. So because this thing is closed, system is closed, so your volume is constant. So if you are supplying some amount of heat at constant volume to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius, then that specific heat will be having symbol CV. CV means specific heat at constant volume. But if the same thing you are doing with constant pressure, let's understand what is the meaning of that. So in this example, you can't understand that one. So we have to change the example. So you take the cylinder. In that cylinder, you apply some piston and you keep some gases here and now heat them. Why to heat? Because we are bothering about specific heat. So heat them. So heat will start entering into the system. Then what will happen? Because the system is open, so energy of the molecule will increase and they will hit the piston. So the piston will go up. When the piston will go up, it means volume increased. Because volume increased, it means volume is no more constant. Because volume is no more constant, it means something else is constant. What is that constant? Pressure. How can you sure that pressure is constant? Because earlier also atmospheric molecules were hitting the piston. Now also they are hitting the piston. In this case, pressure was increasing because volume was not able to increase. But currently, volume is able to increase because, see the chronology. When you heat the system, these people will hit the wall. Why they are hitting the wall? Because pressure is increasing inside. So, to maintain the same pressure, they will hit the piston also, and to maintain the same pressure, this piston will go up. That's why pressure will be maintained. So, pressure is constant. So, whatever heat you have supplied, if that heat is just changing 1 degree Celsius, then that amount of heat is known as Cp. So, this is what Cv, this is what Cp. And the ratio Cp by Cv is known as gamma. What gamma? The same gamma, adiabatic index. And Cp minus Cv is equal to R. This is also one equation. Okay, so now we'll jump to a new topic. See, physically you understood what is enthalpy. Now mathematically you understand what is enthalpy. So see, enthalpy dH you can write as Cp dt. And one more thing, because mass is missing here, so if you multiply mass here, then you use capital H. If you want to miss the mass, then you use dH is equal to Cp dt. Now see what is this? Delta T is change in temperature. Cp is that specific heat. So if you multiply this, you get the enthalpy. So this is the common standard formula for enthalpy. In some textbook, they keep this dt this side, so it will look like a partial derivative form. It will look like dou H by dou T at constant pressure, because we are doing things at constant. So this is the definition of Cp. So in some textbook you will see like this, somewhere you will see like this. Now, why this is important here for GATE exam? Because sometimes they can ask this also, dH is equal to, they will put here Cv. There shouldn't be confused. So don't put Cv, it is Cp. Now let's define this thing, internal energy, because you got the physical field, now mathematical. So this is equal to Cv dt. So see the difference. Here you had Cp, but if you will convert Cp as Cv, then your new thing will be internal energy. Same thing you can also write as dou U by dou T in the bracket at constant volume is equal to Cv. This is just a symbol that whatever process we will be doing, that will be at constant volume or at constant pressure. Now let's understand when to use dou and when to use d. Means I am going to give you a basic idea about total differentiation and partial differentiation, because I am going to teach you math also. So in between these kind of explanations I will be giving, but math I will take properly. So now see, total differentiation. If you have any property, suppose for example area formula is very easy formula, length into width, or you use symbol B. So this we are using for a rectangle. Suppose length is L, width is B. If I will tell you find out the area, so you can use this formula to find out area, length into breadth. Now question comes, suppose you are increasing the length of this rectangle, only the length. So you are increasing only the length. You are not increasing or decreasing the width. So your new area will change with the new length, but B will not change. It means in this example, your area is only dependent on L. B is behaving like a constant. It means what? Area is the only function of length. If length will change, area will change, because we have kept B as constant. But so if you want, because your length is being changed, that's why area is being changed. It means area is depending on the length. So dA by dL will give you a physical field that rate of change of area with respect to rate of change of length. So when we change length, area changes. So right now we will be using capital D, and this is known as total differentiation. But suppose you are changing your length also, at the same time you are changing your width also, means your new rectangle will be like this. It means now your length and breadth both are responsible to change the area. In previous example, only length was responsible. Now length and breadth both are responsible. So if you want to find out that how much change in area because of L and how much change in area because of B, in that case your area is partially dependent on length and area is partially dependent on breadth. It is not totally dependent on one quantity. In my previous example, area was totally dependent on one quantity. That's why this differentiation is known as total differentiation, and we use symbol D. But in my next example, area was dependent on length also and breadth also. If both will change, area will change. Now our job is to understand how much part of the area is being changed because of L and how much part of the area is being changed because of the width. It means what? Area partially dependent on this and partially on this. So in that case, to make this situation different than this situation, we don't use D, we use dou. So dou A by dou L and dou A by dou B. Clear? So if you are using dH by dt, you should write here P is equal to Cp. I am using here dou. You see, I am using here dou. It means what? Enthalpy depends on temperature also, and it also depends on some other things. But that things are not here. But it does not mean enthalpy is totally dependent on temperature. No. Dou is the symbol that H depends on something else also other than temperature. Okay. So now we got du by dt is equal to Cv. You see here, when I am using this equation, here I am not writing dou. I'm writing D. So don't be confused with dou and D. In GATE exam, they may keep similar equations by changing dou and D also. So because I just told you that internal energy totally dependent on T only. So that's why you have to use D. Don't use dou. Okay. Sometimes in flow, I may do mistake. I may use dou, but I'm sorry in the beginning itself because it happens sometimes in inertia. Now we go to understand. So see guys, whatever we have done, every formula you have to collect, and in next class, I will ask formulas quickly. Like I will ask, okay, tell me the relationship between enthalpy and Cp. So quickly you will say, sir, dH by dou H by dou T at constant pressure is equal to Cp. One more thing, in the beginning itself I am saying, we have a very good journey for 40 days and I will try to finish this everything within 30 days because we will run fast. Your job is whatever I am developing equations here, that thing should be on your fingertips. Do or die condition is now. So I don't bother about anything. Be on time in class and mug up everything whatever I'm teaching. Because one thing I'm sure that now your concept is building up. So if your concept is building up, then it is your responsibility that every day whatever I have taught, take a screenshot and revise that thing only. No need to revise anything because my words will be there in your mind. If you will not revise for 2-3 days, you will forget everything. So keep on revising everything. Okay. Now we go for thermally perfect gas. This question also they have asked in GATE exam. What is called thermally perfect gas and what is called calorifically perfect gas? So just now we have finished CPCV concept. So this is called specific heats. Specific heat value will decide that your gas is thermally perfect or calorifically perfect. Calorifically perfect. Calorific value, so calorifically perfect. Thermally perfect. So C. Trick. Remember the trick. C means calorifically. C means constant also. Means what? If your Cp and Cv values are constant, I mean if they are not the function of temperature, then those kind of gases are known as calorifically perfect gas. But if Cp value, but if someone is unmute, let me mute. Okay, but still someone is unmute. I think Poonam is unmute. Okay, fine. Okay, but if we are going to, where I was? Okay, I was explaining that thermally perfect gas and calorifically perfect gas. If your Cp and Cv values are constant, means if they are not the function of temperature, then those kind of gases are calorifically perfect gas. But if Cp and here they are constant. If they are constant means they should not be the function of temperature. Yeah, I was correct. But if Cp and Cv, they are the function of temperature, it means what? If you will change the temperature, their values will change. Then those kind of gases are known as thermally perfect gas. So in our cases, like in our entire discussion, what kind of gases we are going to use? Suppose in case of jet engine, when air enters from here, air is a liquid, air is a fluid, means gas. So when air enters in the combustion chamber, we generate heat here by using combustion criteria. That will change the temperature of the fluid. So if the temperature is being changed here, the Cp and the Cv values should not be affected. If they are constant, then our calculation will be very, very easy. So in our entire discussion, we'll be using calorifically perfect gas. Now we go with the new topic called entropy. Now in case of entropy, see I'm just dragging the spelling, so you just make a note what entropy now. So how to define entropy? So many students, actually entropy is already mentioned in 12th class, but even after doing BTech and MTech, people are not able to explain entropy properly. So just for the fun purpose, I will start one by one. I want to see that what you guys are explaining about entropy, how much you can explain, whatever it is wrong or right. Let's have a fun. So let's start with Tirthraj. Okay. 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 Something else you want to mention? Which movie? Can you tell me spelling? Yes, Tirthraj. Which movie you were saying? Okay, I have less idea, but it's okay. If it is good, I mean, will you recommend us to watch that movie? That is, if sufficient scientific. Okay, someone else has watched this movie. Okay, like among these girls, have you watched this movie? Tenet something. Oh, at least you guys have heard about this. Very good. I think I am missing Poonam here because Ruchika. Oh yeah, I got Poonam now. Ruchika is there, Prachi is there, Tirthraj is there, Pavitra is there, and Poonam. Just now she joined. Okay, fine. Okay, so fine. The spelling of tenet is Tenate, right? Or something else? Tenat. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Okay. So our job is to. I was asking entropy. So Tirthraj explained something. Now, Prachi, can you try to explain something about entropy?